What is going on? My name is Eric Richard Allen. Welcome to the Body Type Training Masterclass. I am going to walk you through in this presentation how to lose 1.5 to 3% body fat per month or gain 1 to 4 pounds of lean muscle per month until you reach your body type goal. So before this masterclass, you came in on a quiz and you chose a body type that you were looking to achieve. You chose shred, which is just burning fat, building a little bit of lean muscle, but not too much. Slim, which is tight and toned, slender physique, a little bit more towards like a model-esque kind of body type. Swole, which is big and strong. This is guys that want to get really big. And then sexy, quote unquote, which is curvy and toned, more of an athletic physique. Girls that are okay with building a little bit of muscle as they tone down and burn body fat. So no matter what your body type goal or no matter what your current level of fitness, I'm going to show you again how to lose 1.5 to 3% body fat or gain 1 to 4 pounds of lean muscle per month until you reach that body type goal. Now, you took the quiz, and based on the 10 factors that you answered in that quiz, I gave you a score level of 1 to 8 within the body type that you chose. By the end of this, I'm going to show you how I break down 50 different factors in order to customize your nutrition, your supplementation, your training, and your stretching in order to make sure that you get all the way to level 8, all the way to the body that you want, and to make sure that you have the confidence that you want and you feel like you can sustain where you're at with your training and your nutrition. So I'll get to that by the end of this presentation. Now, this is for you if you're tired of flip-flopping with fad diets and workouts that never burn as much fat or build as much muscle as you want. If you're ready to discover the best nutrition plan and workout plan specifically for your body type goal and current level of fitness. And this is where a lot of people go wrong because they're not sure how to train and eat for the body type they're looking to achieve and not sure how to create a custom program for the current level of fitness that they're at. So I'm going to walk you through that specific process that we use for all of our clients. Lastly, if you're looking for sustainable fat loss, muscle gain, or both, again, this is for you. You're in the right place. All of our clients, we look to get towards their body type goal and then sustain it. Okay, we need to look for maintenance over the long haul. This is not an up and down roller coaster. We want to make sure that the transitions that we're making become habitual. They become a lifestyle. So there's kind of an old way of thinking. Right, you're stuck with the body type that you have. People talk about genetics. People talk about different body types. And typically they're broken down into 3 different segments, right? You have the tall and slender. You have the little bit more athletic, build muscle easily, maybe burn fat a little bit easily right there in the middle. And I'm sorry, that would be to the right. And then in the middle here, we have a little bit stockier, maybe a little bit shorter, a little bit heavier set, and maybe typically don't burn fat as easily. I am going to walk you through why this is an inaccurate way of thinking and how you can get to the new reality, which is you can have any body type you want based on, again, losing the 1.5 to 3% body fat per month and gaining 1 to 3 pounds of lean muscle per month, taking into consideration and doing the things that I asked you to do with the body type training program. So I'm going to show you examples of this very specifically with some of my clients that we've done this with in just a little bit. So again, my promises to you is to show you the 3 problems that are keeping you stuck in the body that you currently have and how our clinically proven 3-step body type training method can finally give you the body that you want. So make sure that you stick around for the entire presentation. I'm going to walk you through all of that. Now, the 3 secrets that you are going to learn is why popular diets and meal plans don't work long term. You're also going to learn how you've been Tindering your training and why it's keeping you fat and unhappy or why you're not building as much muscle as you want. If you don't know what Tinder is, it's a dating app. I'll get into a little bit more of an explanation about how that correlates with your training and your fitness in just a little bit. And then we also have how the algorithm Netflix uses is the key to the body type transformation that you deserve. So we're going to be going over all of those things in just a little bit. And armed with this information, you're going to have a clinically proven path to getting to the body you've always wanted and the confidence that you've always wanted. At the end of the day, this is what everybody is leaning towards, right? They want to lose weight, they want to burn fat, maybe you want to build a little bit of muscle, but at the end of the day, it's about looking in the mirror, liking what you see, feeling confident walking down the street, feeling confident in front of your partner, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever the case may be, and feeling attractive to anyone that you are looking to impress. So that is what I want for you in the long term. Now, I want you to make sure that you stick around to the end because I have some amazing free gifts for you, all of which are valued at $697. So in just a little bit, I'm going to be walking through what those free gifts are, how they are going to help you walk towards the body type transformation that you want, and how you can access those free gifts. So I want to see if you can relate to any of these. Are you tired of unsustainable diets that make you feel like you're starving yourself or you're overeating? Have you been trying all sorts of training programs but don't look in the mirror and you don't see the progress that you want? Or do you feel confused about what to do next because nothing you try seems to be working? Well, I can tell you that you are definitely not alone if any of these describe you, and also that it is not your fault. And I'm going to go into very specifically why it's not your fault right now. There's a couple real problems that are happening in the fitness industry right now. One of them is most fitness marketers lie to you about fat loss and muscle gain. Most fitness professionals can't help you. And you have been eating and training, you have not been eating or training based on your current level of fitness and your body type goal. I'm going to go into much greater detail about this in just a little bit. But again, that pertains to the quiz that you took, which puts you at your current level of fitness, and the training, nutrition, stretching, and supplement program that I put my clients on in order to reach their body type goal. Now, pertaining to the first two, what we're looking at here, I'm going to give you two disturbing stories. One is about fitness professionals. I have worked at, and I'll get into a little bit more about my background in just a second, but I have worked at the lowest scale gyms, the highest scale gyms, and then I've been running my own practice for the past 6 years. And one thing that you'll learn about fitness professionals is that a lot of them aren't educated to the level that they need to be. Also, I have an Instagram picture here because I have met in my travels and in my training and in the different gyms that I've worked at, people in the social media world that have absolutely no certifications, no background, no education, yet they call themselves fitness professionals. And a lot of them have millions and millions of followers, and yet they are coaching people on nutrition and training and all sorts of aspects of health and wellness. And again, these people have no formal education in the business of fitness, strength and conditioning, health and wellness, and everything in between. Now, the second one is manipulative fitness marketers. I've been in this business for about 11 years now, and I've studied under some of the greatest fitness marketers that the world has to offer. And it's kind of interesting to see, here's why I say some of these things. I've seen some of the top fitness marketers blatantly lie about the results that you see with their products and programs. And what I mean by that, I've sat down in masterminds. I've watched these fitness marketers craft sales pages and programs and literally put together complete fabrications about what their product is going to provide. Now, it's kind of interesting to see what's happening in the fitness business right now, especially with things that are going on in online training, because the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, actually started to see this take place and bring these, these advertisements and or these websites down because they were over-promising and under-delivering. And again, I saw the back end of this, right? I can't bring up names or specific products or programs for, very good reasons in this presentation. But again, I saw people just come up with random numbers about how much weight you'll lose or how much body fat you'll lose with a program in X amount of time. And they had no clinical research to back it up. They had no real before and after pictures to back it up. And I looked at this and scratched my head. It's like, is this what the fitness industry is coming to? And I'm going to show you in a little bit how I have very specific expectations for my clients based on the amount of time and effort they can put in and the compliance with the program and how specific results come from that. So it's the exact opposite of what you see with common fitness marketers. And as it pertains to fitness professionals, I touched on a little bit about what's going on in the Instagram world and how you see a lot of quote-unquote fitness professionals that don't even have certifications, right? Now, outside of the people that literally aren't even certified or have no formal education, you have a lot of people that are in the business that have only obtained 1 to 2 certifications or, again, are not certified at all. And this is an issue because what has happened is the fitness industry, especially for personal training or online coaching, has been dumbed down to these certifications that you can complete in anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. If you're reasonably proactive, you can get these done. And that is just not enough of a time frame in order to help people understand how to comprehensively get to their fitness and wellness goals. Now, obviously, there's going to be a wide range here, right? You're going to have fitness professionals that have been in the business for a long time and that are very educated, but there's a lot of people out there that don't have the resources, the analytics, the education in order to get you to where you need to be. Now, between these fitness marketers and between these fitness professionals, you have a large segment of the internet space being taken up by people that don't really know what they're talking about. Again, they're good at marketing, or they have one certification or no certification at all. And some of these people, or a lot of these people, are being pushed to the forefront of what you see on the internet because they have enough money to market to you, or they have enough marketing know-how to get in front of you. And that's one of the bigger issues. So you're seeing all these crazy transformations, all these people going through these rapid fat loss programs, and for some reason you're not seeing the same results. And again, part of the reason is because fitness professionals are not educated enough to get you there, or they don't give you programs long enough to get you there, or fitness marketers are straight up lying to you about the transformations that are going to take place. So that's what I say down here. These are the people with the most money, which equals more advertising dollars, and which is what is now seen most often. So what you see on a consistent basis is the context of your reality, right? So you're seeing all these people making these transformations, and you're wondering why you're not making the same transformation. So I'm going to walk you in detail how we can make sure that you solidify your transformation in just a little bit. And here's the good news. Outside of all of that, and again, I'll go into my background in just a second, I have figured out a simple 3-step system that will get you the body transformation that you've always wanted and the body type that you have always wanted. So the key to your success and getting there is that I'm going to break down in detail how this 3-step process has helped my clients lose over 3,000 pounds of body fat and gain 3,500 pounds of lean muscle over the course of my 11 years of training. Now, with this simple 3-step process, I want you to imagine how good it's going to feel when you can start to see consistent, measurable fat loss and lean muscle gain each month. And I want you to imagine how good it's going to feel to fit back into the clothes that you've been dying to wear. And I want you to imagine how good it's going to feel when you start turning heads as you walk down the street. True story. I have clients tell me all the time that they started getting, quote unquote, the look back. And this has come to me from clients talking about their spouse or their partner, or people just on the street. And again, going back to, whether you want to feel better, whether you want to have more energy, burn more fat, and build lean muscle, at the end of the day, it's about feeling good in your own skin. It's about having confidence. And that is one of the coolest things that I've heard from my clients as they go through their body type transformation, is they get the look back, right? And at the end of the day, looking good and feeling good is the end goal. And lastly, I want you to imagine how good it's going to feel knowing that you have a simple roadmap that works and is working for others just like you. So getting rid of some of the confusion about what's working and what's not, I'll be able to take that load off of your shoulders. So the best part is this works even if you've tried every other workout plan and diet on the market, even if you have no experience in working out or in the gym at all, or and that you won't have to give up all the foods you love. A lot of people say that, and I'm going to be very honest and upfront with you. There are going to be a few. If you're, taking down 4 Coca-Colas a day, if you're eating too many candy bars, there are going to be some things that we have to take away. Maybe we can reinsert those at a specific time in the future, but I'm going to be very realistic with you about the things that you can and cannot eat. However, I would say about 95% of my clients tell me that they are satisfied with the food list and the meal prep and the meal plans that we give them. Now, the only reason I can share all of this with you is because I've been through this myself. I've been through many transformations with my body. I've been through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Again, my name is Eric Richard Allen, and I am most famous for the drastic body transformations that we have at Era Fit, which is my personal training business in Miami. And just to give you a little bit of my background, I have 15,000 hours of coaching clients over the past 10 years. And here are just a couple of our transformations, and we'll be able to get into a little bit more detail about some of these in just a little bit. I have completed 17 certifications in health and wellness. This ranges from strength and conditioning to manual therapies to stretching to nutrition to supplementation design to functional medicine testing. I've done just about everything out there in order to create a very comprehensive fitness plan for all the people that decide that Era Fit is a good fit for them. Then I've administered over 5,000 body fat checks with my clients. I have some really important information on this pertaining to you later in the process. But as you can see here, there is me with the most expensive body fat calipers on the market. This is Miss Puerto Rico 2014. This is Manny Romero, one of the best bodybuilders out there getting ready for competition. And this is one of my clients, Diana. But again, this is what I talk about. This is what I was referring to when I talk about fitness marketers and fitness professionals not really knowing what they're doing, right? So when I talk about a clinical setting for fat loss or muscle gain, we check in our clients on the 1st and 15th of every single month, and we monitor what's going on with their lean muscle and with their body fat. So you can imagine how much experience I have with seeing the variations and the progress, or when people aren't making as much progress as they should, with 5,000 body fat checks over the course of the past decade. Then I've been an international model for the past 15 years. Here's just a couple random pics. This was shot in Puerto Rico. Jockey Sport was shot in India. This is me over here in Paris for Louis Vuitton. I have an interesting story about that in just a minute. And then that's just a random European wax center. So as far as body transformation goes, I'm going to break down how my story has led to wanting to help you have a sustainable body transformation, and the process that I went through with modeling to achieve that. So also, AeraFit is the most highly rated personal training group in Miami. We have some of the Google reviews over here. We have some Facebook reviews. We also have a lot of great reviews on Yelp as well. But if you were to type in after this AeraFit Miami, you're going to see that we are legit. We have some great reviews. Our clients are hardworking. They love us, and we get them the results that they are looking for. Now, even though I am a sought after expert in this area, I want you to know that things were not always this way. And how I got here is I want to tell you a quick story of how I gave up millions of dollars due to depression, hopelessness, suicidal thoughts, and how that led me to wanting to help you. I'm going to give you a really quick rundown of what that story looks like. So when I was younger, I got signed by the biggest modeling agency in the world, which is Ford Models. This was in Chicago. But there was a problem, though. They told me that I had to lose 15 pounds. At the time, I was maybe not as lean as I wanted to be. I had some muscle. I was about 215 pounds. They said, listen, we think you can, you can work, you can make some money, but you have to lose 15 pounds. I was like, you know what? I can do that. I've been that weight before. That shouldn't be a problem. So I did it. I was in Chicago. I started making money. I was in my early 20s. I was, making, $10,000 a month, only working a couple days a week. And I was feeling pretty good. They said, you're doing so well, Eric. We want you to go to Miami. But there's a problem. You have to lose another 15 pounds. And I'm like, holy cow, that's going to be a challenge. I, haven't been that weight in a long time, but, I'm making money. I'm traveling. I think I can do it. So I do it. I start making even more money. I'm making about $15,000 a month, working only a couple hours a week. And, I'm the envy of all my friends in this regard because I'm traveling, I'm making money. And they said, Eric, you're doing so well. We want you to move to New York. And I started getting calls from, Calvin Klein and Armani and Louis Vuitton and Marc Jacobs. And they're like, there's a problem, though. You have to lose another 15 pounds. So Chicago was 215. Miami, I was 185, and New York, they're like, you need to be 170 pounds and you need to be a 38 chest. I was like, I don't even know how I'm going to do this. I haven't been this weight since my freshman year in high school. Like, this is crazy. But again, I was getting all these opportunities. I was, getting to travel and make money. I was like, you know what? I'm really going to push for it. This became an issue because I started becoming really neurotic with my workouts. I started becoming really neurotic with my food. I wasn't being healthy. I wasn't eating enough. It was starting to affect my mood. It was starting to affect my sleeping patterns. And frankly, I was starting to get depressed. So I was about 2 months in New York, and depression was starting to settle in. I was getting sick. I wasn't feeling well. I felt out of my element. And I did a casting with Marc Jacobs in New York for the Louis Vuitton show, which I showed you, for the Paris runway show. And like, listen, man, like you're good, but you need to lose another 5 pounds. So like I had to get down to 165. So in a 6 months time frame, I go from 215 to 165. And, long story short, I get out to Paris. I'm super depressed. I'm feeling terrible about myself. My self-image is off. I'm noticing all of these other models around me, the guys and the girls, that have completely unhealthy lifestyles, yet everybody's supposed to smile and feel like they're doing awesome. And this is not the case. It's a thin veneer of happiness. And the night before the show, I can't, really say this. I get a little bit choked up when I think about it. I was depressed. I was literally thinking that dying would feel better than how I was feeling. I felt hopeless. And there's a couple things going on here, right? I'm not eating. I'm not working out the way that I should, or I'm working out too much. And this is probably playing into my hormones, my neurotransmitters, my self-image. There was just a lot of things going on. And I couldn't deal with it. So I moved back home and I quit the business. I had all of these jobs coming in after the Louis Vuitton runway show in Paris. I was getting calls again from all of those high-end agencies and companies, but there was hundreds of thousands of dollars on the plate, and I couldn't do it. So I made a desperate move back home. And I kind of had this breakthrough moment, and I call it my Zoolander moment. And you can see there, I think I'm getting the black lung pop. If you haven't seen Zoolander, you definitely want to see it because it's a hilarious movie. But what this was is I had this desperate move back home, and I started working for my dad, who it was exactly like Zoolander. He is a right-wing conservative in the Midwest, runs an oil change company. And I didn't feel completely out of my element like Zoolander because I had worked for him before, but I just needed to get back to my roots. I was like, what's important, because I am way off kilter here. And I know that a lot of people that are going through the process of trying to lose weight feel the same way, or build muscle feel the same way. They don't feel like they're getting the results they want, or they're stressing out about it to the point where they're going crazy, and then they feel like there's nothing that they can do. And the big breakthrough that I had over the course of 3 months going back home and working for my dad, as I found my purpose in life. I really wanted to figure out how to transform my body in a healthy and sustainable way. And I realized that I wanted to help others do the same. I had been an athlete most of my life. I liked working out. I figured maybe I could make a living out of this. But first I needed to figure out how to do it for myself, and then move on towards helping other people do it for themselves as well. So over the course of the next 10 years, while coaching 45 clients, 45 hours a week, I completed 2 degrees and 17 certifications, of which some I showed you a little bit earlier, in the fitness space, ranging from strength and conditioning, functional medicine testing, supplement design, CrossFit, group classes, manual therapies, stretching therapies, and Olympic lifting. And my big discovery over the course of this time, after all this education and after all this experience, I learned one thing that allows me to transform bodies faster than anyone else on the planet. Life now, understanding that one thing has now armed me with the ability to consistently transform anyone's body into the body type that they want in a healthy and predictable way if they put in the work. That's the big caveat, right? You have to put in the work in order to do it. Now, what we have in common. I'm not a superhero. I'm just a regular guy. I went through some hell and back trying to figure out what transforms my body in a healthy way. And, so if I can do this, you can too, especially with all of the information that I'm going to provide with you and some of the free gifts that I'm going to provide to you by the end of this presentation. So I just want you to imagine, what life is going to look like when you're strong, when you're confident, when you have lost the body fat that you want, when you are fitting into the clothes that you desire to fit into, when you're feeling more attractive to your partner, your spouse, whatever the case may be. That is what I want for you. That is what I want you to achieve. Okay, so I want you to hold those things in mind, because those are going to be the driving forces that get you to where you want to be. And I want you to remember again that fitness marketers lie to you, and a lot of fitness professionals aren't educated enough to get you the results you want. I want to put an asterisk by that. There are very well-intentioned fitness marketers out there and fitness professionals out there. Some of the fitness professionals, again, aren't educated enough, even though they're well-intentioned. But the problem is, a lot of the fitness marketers that know how to sell are the ones that give you unrealistic expectations. And in a little bit, I'm going to talk about expectations as to what it means for your particular body type transformation in the future. So I'm going to go over the 3 secrets that will reduce your body fat between 1.5 to 3% per month. And again, this goes back to expectations, what we were just talking about. Increase your lean muscle 1 to 4 pounds per month. Again, both of those 2 are depending upon your body type goal. And the biggest thing here is keeping you happy and mentally sane while your body transforms. I've been through this. I'm telling you that this is the biggest thing, one of the biggest things that people deal with. They feel like they're either dieting and training so hard and reaching their goals, but they're depressed and they can't stand what they're doing and they don't feel like what they're doing is sustainable, or they're completely off the deep end. They're off the wagon and they're doing all the things that they used to do, and they just feel like there's nothing sustainable out there for them. So, the top 2 are great, but I want to make sure that you are keeping, mentally sane along the way. So, secret number 1 is you need to become a nutrition agnostic to achieve the body transformation that you want. Now, agnostic is normally used in relation to talking about the way people think about God. Agnostic means that you believe that there's a higher power, you're just not really sure what it is. So what that means in regards to nutrition is that you need to not be as hardline in some of the things that you think about, and be a little bit more open to what may be particularly right for you in any given situation and how that changes over time. And what I mean by that, we have a problem. One size fits all diets don't work. Over the course of my 10 years, I've gone through, with myself and with my clients, Atkins, Paleo, South Beach, intermittent fasting, the Zone, Schwarzbein principle, Whole30, Keto, Mediterranean, Protein Power, amongst many others. And what I found that is, over the course of time, some of these diets work for specific populations, some of them don't. Some of them work for a period of time, and then we need to transition into another diet that is going to work better for them where they're currently at along the transformation path. And, everyone is unique. It's kind of like fitting a round peg into a square hole. Now, what you can see here is that little triangle is kind of fitting into that square hole right there. This, in my mind, is very representative of what most people see when they're going through diet and training. They see a little bit of results. They see the needle moving in the right direction, but it never completely goes all the way through, right? They never completely get to their goal and push all the way towards the transformation that they want. They never get to the point where that peg is completely filled up with the square or the circle or the rectangle or whatever the case may be, where it fits all the way in and like, wow, this is perfect. I'm training. I am eating the way that I want, and I'm seeing the results that I want. And that is what I want for you. I want you to be able to put the right square, triangle, or circle into the right hole and make the transformation all the way to the end and keep it sustainable. The way that we do it, the solution that we have to this problem, is what I like to call ACE cycle nutrition. Now, what we have here is, before we do anything, we analyze, right? We analyze your successes, your preferences in eating, your lean muscle, your body fat, amongst many other things that we'll get to in just a bit. And then we customize from that information. This could be an amalgamation of all of the diets that I just showed you, or it could be something completely different. But what we do is we break down your food list, your macros, your sensitivities, your meal plan, and then we talk about food diversification. It's very common that people stick only between about 10 to 12 foods, and it's really kind of a magical thing in my experience, that when people start to diversify the amount of foods that they eat, they really start to see some drastic gains in body fat and lean muscle. Then from there, what we do is we execute, right? I want to see your reactions to the food list and the meal plan that we gave you. Food pictures, I'm going to talk about this in a little bit too, but what we do is we have our clients take pictures of the food, we see how well they're sticking to the game plan that we presented, and then we can go back from the reactions to the food and the meal plan that we gave and the food pictures that you took, and we can analyze, right? What kind of success did you have? Did you have any preferences along the way? And what's happening with your lean muscle and your body fat? That all looks like a lot of information, but we break that information down so simply and so plainly in secret number 3 that you're going to be amazed at how efficient we are with this process. So I want you to meet Andrea and Sergio. Both were struggling with their nutrition. They were training pretty hard. They were going through a little bit of an issue with their nutrition, though. They didn't feel like they had the right macros, they had the right food list, and because of that, they weren't seeing the transformation that they wanted. This is Andrea. This would be a good example of a slim body type. Now, in 3 months, she dropped from 24% to 17%, and she didn't want to build a lot of muscle. She just wanted to trim down and tone up. And over the course of 3 months, she did exactly that. As you can see here, she made a really great transformation. Then we have Sergio, who went from 24.2% to 14.4% in 4 months. This would be a shred example, and I'm going to get to sexy and swole examples in just a minute. But what you see here is, again, he's like, he didn't want to build a lot of lean muscle. He just wanted to trim up, get tight, get toned, and that is exactly what he did. When he hit 14%, he's like, you know what? This is it. I've made my goal. I don't need to go any further than this. I feel great about the way I look. And we just went on from there and continued training for a while after that. Now, secret number 2, you need to stop Tindering your training. Now, what I mean by this, if you don't know what Tinder is, which I would find hard to believe if you don't, it is a dating app where you swipe through people, and if you match, you have the opportunity to interact with them, and then you can go on dates. Now, what I mean by saying Tindering your training is training programs these days are like Tinder, and I also call this the class pass syndrome, is there's just too many options. And that when there's too many options, you don't understand how to analyze the progress you're making within the structure of the training that you're actually doing. So again, most people do not stay focused enough on a particular training program for a specific amount of time with specific expectations within that training program in order to see the results that they want. And this leads to analysis paralysis, right? Maybe you're doing boxing and you have a personal trainer, and you're doing run club, and you're doing yoga, and you're doing bar, and there's a million different things that you're trying to integrate. And maybe some of these things get you down the road or down the path to where you want to be, but you never reach your end goal. And that is always my objective for my clients, is to get them to the end goal, not just part of the way, but all the way to the body fat loss that they want and the lean muscle gain that they want. So again, this is the paradox of choice, right? Too much choice is stressful, and then you start to see this limitation as far as how much progress you can make with the choices that you have. So staying focused for a longer portion of time with a particular training program is what is going to help you see the best results. Okay, I can't stress this enough. Another way to look at this is people talk about muscle confusion all the time, and realistically what can happen is it leads to being confusing because you don't know what to analyze and what to break down in order to understand what is working and what is not. Now, yes, you do need to do different training styles or different training regimens in order to completely or continuously create an impact on the body, so your body continually adapts to the training that you're doing. But I would say 95% of people don't do that in a structured fashion over the course of a long period of time, and that is what I am going to show you how to do in just a bit. So the proof of this is that according to the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control, is that the worldwide obesity rate in 2000 was 20%. The current worldwide obesity rate in 2019 is estimated at 30%, and the estimated worldwide obesity rate in 2050 is 50%. So these are kind of crazy statistics because we have all of this information. We have the availability of all of these different things online. We have every diet and training method and ClassPass, and you can get anything online these days. And yet the world continues to get fatter. This is a huge issue. This is an epidemic. And this would go, for building lean muscle as well. People are not building the lean muscle that they want because they're tendering their training. So moving on. The solution, ACE cycle training. We take people through the same cycle that we do with nutrition that we do with their training. And in the next slide, or the next secret, I'm going to show you how we break down that cycle. So again, what we do is we analyze with your training, what successes have you had? What preferences do you have? What's your current state? What's your lean muscle? What's your body fat? Then what we do is we customize everything for you. The protocols, the cardio, the stretching, the recovery, the strength and conditioning. What do we do then? Then we execute, okay? This could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be a longer duration, whatever the case may be for your specific current level of fitness and your body type goal. But we look at consistently, we look at hard work that you're putting in, we look at adjustments, and then what we do is we go back and we analyze. What is your lean muscle doing? What is your body fat doing? What successes have you had along the way? What is your preference? What have your preferences been? What have you enjoyed? What have you disliked? And we go round and round in this circle until we get to the transformation that you want. I want you to meet Dan and Violet. Both of them were struggling with their training. They had their nutrition on point, and I can say that because I went through a very detailed nutrition analysis with them, and they were very much in line with what they should be eating based on where they currently were at with their fitness and the body type that they were trying to get to. The problem is that their training was off. Now, Violet would be more of like a sexy example, right? Over the course of the 3 months that we were training together, she lost 5% body fat. She went up in 7 pounds in lean muscle, and she went from 2 chin-ups up to 8. She absolutely killed it. She was on point. She showed up every day. She worked hard, and she got to the transformation that she wanted to get to. This is her at 12.5% body fat. And then over here, she was on the left-hand side, she was 17.7, 17.8. I'd have to look it up again. Then we have a swole example. Dan, he came to me, he said, I'm getting married in 2 months. I need to put on 10 pounds of lean muscle. I have 5 to 6 weeks to get there. I need you to tell me what to do. And he did it. He showed up every day. He was consistent. He worked really, really hard. As you can see, he filled in a bunch over there on the right. He went from a size 39 jacket to a 41, maybe even a 42. I'd have to check with him. But his goal was 2 jacket sizes, and I know for sure he got that. It might have been up 3. But again, both of them were struggling through their training. As I started to apply the ACE cycle and going through the evaluation process and the customized training regimens that we provide with body type training, they finally started to see the results that they wanted to see. Now, secret number 3, you need to learn to assess objectively and not guess subjectively. Now, this is tying in the ACE cycle for both training and nutrition. And the problem is that most people unknowingly sabotage themselves. I have a funny little cartoon article from Calvin and Hobbes, and Calvin says, I'm filling out a reader survey for Chewing Magazine. See, they asked how much money I could spend on gum each week, so I wrote down 500 for my age. I put in 43, and for my age, I put in 43. And when they asked what my favorite flavor is, I wrote garlic curry. And Hobbes said, this magazine should have some amusing ads coming out soon. And Calvin says, I love messing with data. Now, how does this interact with how you are analyzing what's going on with your specific progression, whether that's lean muscle tissue or whether that is body fat? I want you to imagine yourself as the owners of that magazine that are getting all of this data, which is completely inaccurate, from, quote unquote, Calvin in this situation, and you don't know what to do with it, right? You're up a pound, 1 day or 2 days, and then you're down 3 pounds the other day. You feel like you're getting stronger, but you're not sure. And then you're making all of these decisions based on the information that you are kind of thinking through of what's going on with your diet and your nutrition, but you're not actually sure because you're not really aware of the data that you should be looking at and adjusting because you just don't have the analytics and the resources that you need. And the solution to this is you need accurate analysis. And body type training is kind of like the Netflix algorithm, only for your body instead of trying to break down what shows you would like the most. So as you use our system, as you use our platform, as you use our training and nutrition analytics, what we do is we start to fine tune all of these things as you start to check in on a either bi-monthly or monthly basis, and we start to see what's going on with your body fat and with your lean muscle. So every time you check in, we are able to, again, detail out the small adjustments that we need to make in order to make sure that you get all the way to the body type that you want. So the solution to this, what is in the back end of our system, like the Netflix algorithm, is what I like to call the muscle fat matrix. Now, this is one tab of the many tabs that we have on the back end of our platform in order to serve you. And this is the evaluate tab, or what we like to call habits 2.0, or otherwise known as the muscle fat matrix. So either on a monthly or a bi-monthly basis, what we're doing is we are going through, as you can see here, a training overview, a nutrition overview, and a lifestyle overview. We have goal values over here, you can see as the GL, and then we have the average values from all the different check-ins that we've seen over the course of the time that you're training with us. Now, what you'll see here is these green boxes, right? So when we go through these evaluations, we pinpoint exactly the things that you need to work on in the future in order to get your goals. And then you can see the homework tab up here. We write in specifically what your homework is for the next 2 to 4 weeks to make sure that you are doing the things you need to get you to the transformation that you want. So we're very, very specific. Every time you check in, again, whether it's bi-monthly or monthly, depending on the program that you choose, if you decide that working with us is a good fit, is going to help you fine-tune everything until you get to your end goal. So I want you to meet Bodine and John. Both were having difficulty objectively evaluating their progress. Their training was pretty good, their nutrition was pretty good, but they needed to fine-tune both of those things, and they needed the muscle fat matrix in order to do that. Miss Bodine Kohler is a friend of mine. She is Miss Puerto Rico 2014. I helped her lose 3% body fat to prepare for the Miss Puerto Rico pageant. She is a slim example. Then we have John over here, who went down 7% body fat and up 8 pounds of muscle in 9 weeks. And this is more of a shred swole example. So again, Bodine was not looking to gain a lot of lean muscle. She had to be very, very slender for a competition. John wanted a little bit of a mix. He wanted to build muscle and burn body fat at the same time. So armed with the analytics that we have in the muscle fat matrix, we were able to fine tune everything for them in order for them to get to the goal that they were looking to achieve. So listen up. You're here because you know that where your body is at is not acceptable, and you want to transform your body just like all of my clients that I just showed you. And you know that now how our patented body type training uses the ACE method and the muscle fat matrix to train our clients to get the body type that they want. And I've shown you how this method can guarantee that you lose 1.5 to 3% body fat per month and or gain 1 to 4 pounds of lean muscle per month, depending on your body type goal. So all the transformation that you just saw, you're going to find that they lost somewhere in that range of body fat and they gained somewhere in that range of lean muscle per month. And lastly, we've seen that unqualified fitness professionals and selfish lying fitness marketers are only making the world fatter and less healthy. So realistically, the only smart way forward is to start on my body type training program so you have the analytics, the customization, and the execution strategies to finally get to your goals. Ladies, it doesn't matter if you are looking to slim down and tone up, which would be an example of what I showed you with Andrea, tone up and build some muscle, which would be more of the sexy program if you're okay building a little bit of muscle, or if you're just starting out. This is my client Elizabeth. She went from 185 pounds down to 134. She lost, I think it was like 13% body fat over the course of that time. Did amazing. no matter where you sit within your current level of fitness or the goal that you're looking to achieve, we will customize your nutrition and your training and analyze you along the way until you get to your goal. Now, gents, same thing. Doesn't matter if you are looking to lean down and build some muscle, which would be the shred program, just like Sergio. Lean down and build a lot of muscle, like the Swole program that I showed you with my client Dan Baker. Or you're just starting out. This would be an example of shred program. Juan here lost 60 pounds over the course of 6 months with our program. He felt great after that. He said he didn't feel like he needed to take it any further, but he had an amazing transformation as he lost those 60 pounds. And I just want to encourage you, you can do this. We can do this together. I'm going to show you how in just a minute. And there is a brighter future within your grasp. And I just want you to, again, imagine how great it will feel when you no longer have to struggle with insecurities about your body, uncertainty about how to get the results that you want, and then wasting time and money on programs and diets that don't work long term. And now you have a choice that determines your future. You have many different doors you can go down. You have many different paths. And something that I want to tell you right now is that if you don't make a decision right now in some way, shape, or form, and I'm going to show you a decision you can make in just a moment to change your life, there's an 82% chance that you won't make a change and things will get worse or they don't change at all. Now, how can I say that? I have dozens of people come in for personal training evaluations and online coaching evaluations all the time with my personal training business and my online business. And what I did for 6 months a couple years back was I followed up with everybody that came in for an evaluation for 6 months. And 75% of the people that do evaluations with us end up getting signed up for some type of program to get to their goals, depending on what their situation is. Now, that other 25%, I followed up with them over the course of 6 months by either doing a body fat evaluation with them or checking in with them and seeing if they sign up for any other program that they thought may suit their needs. Now, what I found is that 82% of the people that I followed up with either didn't make progress or did not get signed up with any other program in order to get to the goals that they were looking to achieve. And I found that pretty astonishing. And that's why everybody that I speak with over the phone or on an evaluation when we're doing personal training evaluations, I just encourage them to get started on something. It could be anything at all. And honestly, I refer clients all the time to other training facilities if they feel like our program is not a good fit. So my admonishment is always to get you to make a move. I don't care what that move is, but let's get the ball rolling in some way, shape, or form, because if you don't, there's a high probability that you will procrastinate over the course of time. So here is exactly how I can keep you out of that 82%, how I can help you get to your goals and walk you down the path of your body transformation. I want to give you 3 free ebooks. I want to give you a free membership to ERA Fit online personal training, and I want to give you a free 45-minute coaching call. All of this together is valued at $697. Okay, there's a lot of value in all of this, guys. Now, the free membership, what that means is that you'll just get access to the back end of the system. That's my goofy looking face on the intro video there. But as you can see over here on the right, we have a quick start checklist. We have the amount of days until your next check-in. Below that, we're going to show you your progress over time. Then over here on the left, we have the menu bar. We have every single possible thing that you need inside this program to get to your goals. We have community stuff that you can get involved in. We have all sorts of things in the Evaluate tab. We have all sorts of progress analytics. We have all of the stretching that you need inside Eat. We have customized food lists and supplement lists and nutrition guides and supplement guides and macro breakdowns. I won't go into all of this, but again, long story short, everything you need is inside of this free membership to start you getting to your goals. Now, also with your free membership, what we encourage people to do before they get on this coaching call is to go inside the Evaluate tab. Now, this is something that you don't have to do before you get on the coaching call. I could do this with you on the coaching call, but if you do this beforehand, and I'll get to in a second what it looks like to sign up for the coaching call, is to fill out the evaluation. We go over medical overview, lifestyle overview, nutrition overview, past training, body overview, all of those things in those tabs. And if you do this before we get on the coaching call, it gives me the opportunity to look at that so I get a really good understanding of where you're at and what you need in order to make the body transformation that you want. when I talked about the 10 factors that decided what level to put you at 1 through 8, this is where I break down the 50 different factors. Okay, there's going to be a lot of things inside this evaluation that give me the information I need in order to customize every single aspect of your training, nutrition, supplementation, stretching in order for you to get to your goal. Okay, so there's a lot of really great information inside there. Then once you get linked up with the free membership, if you want to, before you get on the coaching call, you can read the 3 free ebooks. For the Swole members, we have a supplement guide, nutrition guide, and a testosterone boosting tips guide. And we have the same thing for the Shred members. Then for the ladies, we have the same thing as far as the nutrition guide and the spot reduction supplement guide. But for the ladies, instead of the testosterone boosting tips, obviously that's not something that you are worried about. We have a state of mind guide. All right. There was a lot of times in my travels, in my modeling, in my training that I'm interacting with women, and the way that they perceive themselves is not what it should be. So I want to talk to you girls about what it looks like to be patient in the process, what it means to be able to have a positive self-image as you're losing the body fat that you want, and also how to do it in a healthy, sustainable way. And then, it's kind of funny because a lot of times what happens is when my female clients get leaner, they actually become more self-conscious. And this is not out of line with all of the things that I've experienced in the modeling world. Some of the most attractive women in the world are the most insecure. So whether you're just beginning or whether you feel like you're pushing towards that last 5 to 10 pounds, I want to show you in this guide how to make sure that you are keeping a positive state of mind throughout the entire process. So on this free 45-minute coaching call, again, after we go through your evaluation, I'm going to break down your customized training, nutrition, stretching, and supplementation program so that you can achieve your body type goal faster than you ever thought possible. Now, as you can see here, this is a little bit more information than you saw on the first slide that we talked about. So again, the 10 factors that we had in the quiz before you got into this masterclass dictated the level that I put you at. Now we're going to break down in the evaluation all of these factors over here on the left and more, so I can understand what level you're particularly at, where you're at with your current level of fitness, and how long it's going to take you to get to level 8, which is typically the body fats that I see with my clients where they feel the most comfortable and confident about themselves. As you can see, the transformations for each are a little bit individualized. So the body fats down there at the bottom are where you may be at level 1, and then at level 8, this is where we're trying to get you to over the course of the time that you are doing the body type training program, if you decide that it's a good fit. So it is time to change your life for good. My team and I have set aside some time in the next 48 hours to speak with you personally about how you can apply these strategies into your life starting immediately. And, again, if you want to guarantee that you lose 1.5 to 3% body fat loss per month, and if you want to guarantee that you gain 1 to 4 pounds of lean muscle per month, then until you've reached your body type training goal, then you've come to the right place. Like you found the right person, you found the right program, you will have everything that you need, again, from training, stretching, nutrition, supplementation, analytics, execution, coaching calls, community. We have everything that you need in order to get to the transformation that you've always wanted, the transformation that you deserve. So here is exactly, again, how we can do this together. First, you can book your free coaching call by clicking the link that I'm going to show you in just a second. Then from there, I give you free access to my website so you can fill out a detailed ERA Fit evaluation, and then you can access the free eBooks that I'm going to give you. And then lastly, we're going to get on our coaching call, and I'm going to show you exactly how long it's going to take to get to your body type goal. Let me reiterate, this call is absolutely free. And in my mind, this is the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. I thought this image was pretty funny, so I definitely wanted to make sure that I put it in here. And you may be wondering why this is free, and here's why. This is not a sales pitch in disguise. This is a coaching call with the intent to give you the information that you need to transform. Again, the free 3 ebooks, the free 45-minute coaching call, And the free access to the site is a stepping stone in order to get you to understand some of the actionable steps you can take. And then from there, you will decide if all of the other things that I am presenting to you as the things that you need in order to get to your transformation, you'll decide if the program is a good fit for you. It doesn't fit everyone. And I'm going to go into right now what, some of the details of who I do and do not work with. So again, before we can go any further, you need to know who I can help and that I can't help everyone. Now, this program is not for you if you're not an action taker. I need people that are willing to step up, do what it needs to be done, and take action. If you're not coachable, sometimes I have people come in and they feel like they know more than me. And not to say that I'm not open to feedback. Feedback is a very important part of the process. But if you're not willing to do the things that I ask you to do, then it probably won't work. If you can't follow through on your word. So I want people that when they say they're going to do something, they do it. And if you cannot commit at least 3 hours to training per week. Now, depending on how many hours of training you can commit to per week is going to dictate where you fall in that 1.5 to 3% body fat loss per month and the 1 to 4 pounds of lean muscle gain per month. But I need at least 3 hours a week for you to train. And also, if you're not fully committed to the free coaching call, if you sign up for the free coaching call, make sure that you show up. Sometimes we have people that sign up and then just don't show up. And if you do sign up, it's my time, it's yours. Make sure that you show up and we are able to rap about all the things that we can do to help you get to your goals. Now, this is for you if, one, you are willing to go to the gym. Largely, this is a gym-based program. And again, if you've never worked out before, if you've never been inside a gym, it won't be an issue. We have training videos. You have me coaching you on the back end. We have a community where you can ask questions. We will make sure that you feel comfortable and confident getting into the gym. If you're willing to work hard, this is simple, but it's not easy, okay? You have to put in the hard work. You have to be willing to put in the time, and you have to, stay consistent over the long term. So again, can stay consistent over time. Consistency is the name of the game. People don't see the progress that they want to see because they're not consistent over long periods of time. And I could tell you, if there's one thing that really holds people back, this is the number one thing, is staying consistent over time. The other aspect of that is understanding what expectations are and having the analytics that you need to make the progressions that you want. If you're ready to make a permanent change, like sometimes people, they come in, they're still kind of flip-flopping. They've signed up for the program, but it's not in their head that this is the time to make a permanent change. I want people that are ready to make a permanent change. If you're ready to invest in your health and your future, and also want this change as bad as we want it for you. I can't tell you how passionate I am and my coaches are about getting all of our clients to the transformation that they want, and we put our heart and our soul into it. So we want people that are willing to put their heart and their soul into it also. So if you meet all of my criteria, if you checked off all of these boxes, if you feel like this is the right move for you to book this coaching call, get your 3 free ebooks, and get free access to ERA Fit online personal training, then here's the next step. The link that you can go to book your free coaching call is erafit.com/coaching call. Again, that's www.erafit.com/coaching-call. These are the next steps. I want you to walk up this ladder. I want you to get to the top. I want you to burn the fat that you are looking to burn. I want you to build the lean muscle that you are looking to build. So again, if you feel like this coaching call is the next step for you, click that button and or go to that link, and you'll see the available times that either myself or my coaches have available to give you access to the site, get you those 3 free ebooks, and then link up for a time for that free 45-minute coaching call. So when you book your free coaching call, you're going to see a screen where you can pick your time zone. You can pick the dates and times available. And also there's going to be a quick little questionnaire that you're going to fill in. So again, very simple process, very seamless. After that, you'll be receiving some emails reminding you about the coaching call and the times, and you also can get it linked up to your calendar so you make sure that you can remember when we're going to get on the coaching call. And then from there, what's going to happen is you are going to get free access to the site. So after you book the coaching call, you'll see this video right here, again with my goofy face. And there's a little button down here that says sign up to AeraFit. And you'll be given the option to choose the body type that you want to achieve. And then you'll be redirected into signing up for the free program, and you'll get access right then and there. So if you want to guarantee, again, that you lose 1.5 to 3% body fat per month and or gain 1 to 4 pounds of lean muscle per month, depending upon your body type goal, and sustain your body transformation, getting there, doing it in a healthy way, unlike how I did it when I was a model and how I've seen so many people do it over the course of a long period of time. Again, this is about maintenance, this is about lifestyle, this is about creating habits and understanding the expectations of what you have to do to reach a certain level of fitness. And I can give you those expectations on the coaching call. This is where you want to be. This is the program that you want to choose. Again, this is for you. If that is what you want, if you fit all of the criteria that I previously spoke about, this is for you. All you have to do is simply go to AeraFit.com/coaching-call, look at the available times, get set up, and we are going to go through this process together. I'm going to walk you through step by step what it means to understand your current level of fitness and understand what it means of how long it's going to take you to get to the body transformation that you want. Again, I have done this for 10 years. I've done 5,000 body fat checks. I've seen hundreds of transformations. I have a team that is so passionate about getting you to your goals. On this coaching call, I am going to walk you through, again, step by step, how long it's going to take you, what you need to do. And even if you decide, the program's not a fit for you, you're going to walk away with a lot of great information. And I can even direct you to, other coaching programs that you feel like might be a better fit. Again, I have no problem going through these coaching calls and just giving away free information and, at least giving you actionable steps to take in order to get to the body that you've always wanted and the confidence that you've always wanted. Again, that is my main goal, is for you to feel confident, to feel healthy, and for you to be able to sustain that confidence and that healthy body over the course of the long term. So, time is of the essence. My time is very limited. If you're serious about permanently transforming your body and you meet my ideal client criteria, then go to www.aerafit.com/coaching-call and book your call right now while you still can. Again, these book up quick. I have personal training clients. I have online training clients. I'm training my team. I don't have a lot of availability, so make sure that you get over there right away and book your call. One more thing I want to talk about is the winding roads that life can take. So we have forks in the road, right? We have many different directions we can take, but in any area of life, we want to make sure that we are taking the straightest line to get to our goals, okay? We don't want to veer off. We don't want to fall off the wagon. We don't want to get lost amongst the complexity of life, okay? We want the straightest shot to our goal. And that's what body type training is. I'm telling you, body type training is this straight road all the way down to the point where you reach level 8, you reach the body fat you want, you reach the confidence in yourself that you want. I don't want you on these roads winding around trying to figure out how to do it by yourself, jumping from program to program, tendering your training, trying different diets and programs, but in the long run, you don't know what's working, what's not. You don't know how to change your nutrition over the course of time as your body transforms. There's all of these different things that are standing in your way, and I want to give you the straightest path possible to the body type transformation that you deserve. So if you want to permanently transform your body into the specific body type you chose, and you know that you're simply not getting the results that you want on your own, and it's driving you crazy, and you're pulling out your hair and you're wondering why, I want you to take advantage of this opportunity right now. Simply click the link below or go to www.aerafit.com/coaching call and let's do this together. I am here to walk you down the path, hold your hand along the way, give you all of the information that you need. And again, my main goal is getting you to a place where you're confident and giving you all the analytics, resources, education that you need in order to get to your goals. So That's it. I hope you enjoyed the body type training masterclass, this presentation, and I hope to be speaking to you soon.